I'm a big fan of modular synth, and in today's video I can introduce you to Modbap Modular and two of their modules. What's up everyone, Jonas here for Thomann synthesizers, and I guess you read the title because today you have the chance to win one module by Modbap Modular. Let's check out the modules and what you might be able to work with. Let's start with the introduction on what we are going to work with today, and we have two modules by Modbap Modular. The first is Trinity and the second is Meridian, and I think together those pair really well. Trinity is a drum synth, but let's say with a few tricks in its sleeve, and so does Meridian, which is a dual multimode filter. But actually it's not only dual, it's more like maybe three filters, let's say, kind of. Because a dual filter, when you work on the cutoff on each channel, the panning goes slightly off sometimes, which is kind of nice, but also maybe not the result you want to achieve. And here you have not only two, but yeah, three cutoffs. This is like a global cutoff, but also can be assigned a little different. Let's dive into Meridian a little bit deeper. And what I think is really nice that you also have different modes on each side. So you can use a low pass, high pass, band pass for both channels or like separated. And moreover, in the down section, you will find crush, which is really nice and handy in my opinion, and haven't seen it this kind before in the filter. I guess there are a few other modules who are doing this as well, but yeah, having crush on a filter is pretty nice and give a certain extra and bonus, especially on claps and hi-hats in my opinion. So let's dive into crush, which introduces really nice overtones on the filter alone. And what makes Meridian even extra special is the panning and speed. So you can work on with an LFO on the panning speed of the signal. So let's use the crush. And maybe you should check with headphones. And now it gets wider. In the middle you will find the ping, which you can work with CV as well, but the trigger button is here, which is really cool. And if we increase the resonance, here on the left we have Trinity, which is a drum synthesizer voice, and I think it has a lot of unique character, but also you have the possibility to just use it as a foundation to layer it with different stuff, but the quality of it is really nice. So yeah, you can use it as a nice starting point maybe, but in general you can create a lot of different stuff, weird stuff, classic stuff, because it has different modes. So the first one is called block synth, which is more a classic analog style drum synth voice. So let's try this. Here's the trigger button. In general, you have three channels and you can work on them separately. And for each channel then you have the shape, grid, decay, character, sweep and time, and more like utility things like EQ, volume, hold and also clipper. And the grid and character and shape does something different in each of the synthesizer types. And if you use character on the block synth, it goes from a sine to a triangle wave. And if we use shape, then we will introduce kind of a, let's say, second oscillator and more overtones. The second drum voice is called Heap, and it's an additive drum synth with 12 partials, and in this case character detunes the partials from another. And in this mode, or in this type of synthesis, the grid is not introducing noise, but controls the FM ratio between the oscillators. The third mode is called Neon, and it's an FM drum synth, and with this one the character is responsible for the modulation depth or the feedback, and the shape is controlling the FM ratio, and grid is well, kind of a mixture of responsible for feedback but also noise. So let's check this one out. Almost sounds a little bit like strumming instrument maybe, but yeah. The last type is called Arcade, and it's a noise drum synth, and the voicing of it is something really on its own, in my opinion. In this case, the character is controlling, I think, a bandpass filter. Sounds, yeah, as the name suggests, almost like an 80s arcade game, kind of like space shuttles destroying or something, I don't know. But that's actually not all, because Trinity has different modes you can play it, and the first one is called cycle mode and the second one is stack mode. And if we dive into the cycle mode, we have two different settings. With the blue light it comes a dice icon, and then we have completely random, it just like jumps to a random type and settings. The second mode is called stack mode, and this one I think is really handy for producers, because we all know the feeling of lacking of something, especially creating sounds like a kick drum or a snare. And with the stack mode you have the opportunity to layer the different voices. Here we go. This is 2 channels and this would be 3 channels. And as said, then you can work on different channels. All you need to do is press Shift and go to the channel, and then you can see which type you're using and maybe work on this more precisely. Alright, so let's run the 2 modules together in a live performance. and actually you have the chance to win the Trinity module, so the drum synth voice. And to take part in the competition, all you need to do are 3 things. The first is to subscribe to this channel, the second is to subscribe to the Modbap Modular channel, and the third is to let us know in the comments why you would like to win this module. I will put all the necessary infos and links into the description box down below. So good luck to everyone and see you next time.